welcome to the King's Capital. I hope everybody had a good week. It's been an interesting week in the markets, and we're just going to break down a few charts that I've been looking at, maybe look at a trade I took this week that was great, and one that wasn't great, on Euro, which is mainly what I'm trading. We're going to take a look at DXY, Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, and yeah, if anybody catches wind of this video and has a chart they'd like me to look at, for sure would love to break that down for y'all. But again, welcome to the King's Capital. Let's dig into it, huh? So right now I'm looking at DXY. We had a pullback into a zone that we've been looking at for as a potential demand zone down here. There's still some price that's been unmitigated here, in between these wicks. And if you want more information on like unmitigated price, it's kind of a smart money, whatever. Like, I'm not big on the smart money thing. I like supply and demand. Let's keep it simple. Love what Mint FX is doing, by the way. Shout out to Mint. Been learning a lot from him. Just with this free content, right? So Lord willing, I can as well just put out some free content as I learn, and y'all can follow me on my journey to become just a profitable trader, consistent trader, Lord willing, a funded trader, all these things just to A, support my family, and build a kingdom, right? So here we are, DXY. What do we got? We had, let me look at this as well. We had a break, or rather a pull down into our demand zone, as well as a push above a high, right? So I had a low, and then a break above this high. There was some divergence on the RSI right here, and so that was a good signal as well. Always love to see a little divergence. It's not a huge confluence for me. Ultimately, supply, demand, and price action is going to be what we're looking for. But if we can look at little things like an RSI divergence, although often wrong when they're right, okay, it's just something that kind of helps us make sense of the market. So let's go down to the 4-hour real quick and just see what we were looking at. This is something I was looking at earlier and had told some friends about. We had broken down here, and if we had broken above this, I had a break of structure line, right? One of these guys. I think I learned this from JFX, right? Just this kind of like basic break of structure stuff. He's dope. Check him out. There we go. Right, a little break of structure. So we can get a pullback and out of this potential supply zone, right? So this is potentially a supply zone. This could just be going bullish to go short again, but we'll see. Time will tell. I think we potentially have a bullish market here for the dollar. So looking for a pullback, probably like here, and we'll get into what that means for the euro as well, and what I'm looking for with that as well. So what I'm looking for here, pullback, push up, we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm looking at for DXY going into this week. All right, euro. All right, let's take a look at euro. Euro was a cool one this week. See, I already made this video once, so all my stuff is here, so it's kind of like cheating, right? Yeah, a little frustrating, but so for the euro, here's what we had, guys. Little push off this zone into here, and we had already rejected this supply zone. That's like I explained it in a previous video, but there's a supply zone right up here. Tapped into it, broke down, and now we're pushing up. Now we had this supply zone right here, as well as the 78 fib. I do love it when we get some fib confluence. As far as the hierarchy goes, though, what I'm looking at in a trade is I'm not looking to sell off of fib levels. I'm looking for supply and demand. If I get a fib level or something that just looks like a nice confluence, I'll put it there. I enjoy it. I don't hate it. And if there was divergence here on the RSI, I'd look at that and go, okay, maybe there's some things lining up. But ultimately, I'm looking for market structure, supply and demand, and that's what we had this week. So not only was this is the break on a daily, right? We had a high, low, higher high. We broke that. We broke and closed. See, and some people look at only the breaks below. I do love it when we get a close below a level, right? So here's our previous low. Good close below it. Let's go down to our 4-hour and look at what we're doing this week, right? So I had a great sell off of here. I actually closed it out up here. In the previous video, I explained that, okay, it would have been smart to maybe hold this a little lower, but the euro has been bullish lately. So, you know, the Ukraine war and everything, lots of traders talking about, okay, sell euro. Like, those were the trades to take. Don't keep looking for buys on euro. Good advice. So here's what we had though. We had Powell's speech to Congress, which gave us a push up into that potential supply zone. And then we'll talk about this one, and then I'll talk about this trade that I really wanted to take and I missed it, and I'm very sad about it. Right? Move on. Right? No trade. You guys gotta remember psychologically, no trade is connected to the trade before it or the trade in front of it. Right? Every trade is its own thing, its individual thing. They're not connected. Right? So I got to move on from that. But check it. Here's what we have. Multiple breaks of structure on the 15, the 5, the 30. There was a trade I wanted to take, and I missed it because my order was not where it should have been. But right, so we had this break right here on the 15-minute. This is our hourly break right here. And let's move to our 30-minute chart, because I think that actually has a better supply zone. Let's see if I can draw it on. My computer just hates screen recording, guys. Just hates it. It's old. I need a new one. Here's our supply zone. Now, what I was looking for is once we broke this structure on the 15 to 30, which we did right here, right? I was looking for this push, which we got on this candle. Now, the problem is everybody in the smart money, whatever you want to call that, right? It's kind of like smart money at this point is like a I don't want to say a watered down version of like ICT, but it's basically ICT for the consumer is what it feels like to me. I'm not hating y'all, not hating. It's just kind of my vibe on it. Right. So everybody's talking about that 50% of the supplier demand zone, right? So, I kind of front run it a little bit, but literally it missed my order by, I don't know, a pip, 2 pips, and then dropped, right? Now, I could have done one of two things, right? I could have got emotional about it and thought, oh man, like I just didn't get into my trade. What am I going to do? And freak out, right? No. Pity party, not a victim, right? None of this victimhood mentality stuff. That's not what we do here, right? Check it out. Here's what else you could have done, right? If you missed that trade, the market's always providing opportunities. You just have to be patient, keep a level head, and you'll find it. So what did the market give us? It gave us another break of structure on a higher time frame, on the hourly time frame, right? We broke, right? So whereas some would even go, okay, well, here's our premium supply zone right here. They'd stick a fib on, they go, okay, cool, this is gonna hit the 78.6 and the 88 whatever, which it does, right? How funny is that, right? All right, we're looking for one more tap up here. And I'm not saying you couldn't get it. It's totally possible you get that. And that would be a premium trade. That would be a trade I would want to take, right? After we broke this structure, put a fib on, see that, okay, cool, this supply zone's still valid. Maybe we can get another tap in it, right? Possibly. What I think is more likely is this candle right here, which is our last moment of pausing, right? So on a lower time frame, this is a few more candles of just sideways movement where price is probably accumulating or orders before they push and break through that hourly structure. That's really where we should be looking. We could get this, and if you get stopped out on this, right? Well, we've already broken structure on the hourly, so I do think if we break through this zone, right, after we broke structure here and we broke through, I would probably look for some confirmation and then a sell on this in our initial supply zone. But we already mitigated the price, right? So we have I'm not going to try and use the tool right now. My computer hates screen recording. Right here, right before this candle pushed up, we had some unmitigated price right here. We had some price that was this candle was clean, no wicks through it, right? That's why we pushed up and through. But I missed that order because I was trying to place it too high. So now, what do? Once we broke, we should be looking to sell within this zone. This is not financial advice. It's only for learning. Do not do what I do. Do not copy everything I do. I am still a student. I am still learning. But right, this is our last pause before the break. So that's what I did, right? I took this and it wasn't even an 11 pip stop. It was, I forget what it was. Right, let's just call it 10 pips. That's usually what we do. With this kind of stuff, usually the market provides us with some pretty tight stops if you know what you're looking for. Yeah, so this last pause before the market broke that structure, that's where you want to look. So I took that. and I took it down to here. I think it's like a 1 to, I don't know what it initially was. I should probably remember this since I already did a video on it that didn't get saved. 1 to 7. Perfect. I didn't actually get 7% of the market actually scaled out after we got to this zone right here, because you just never know. We have been bullish on euro, so I was looking for reasons to get out, just in case I go to bed and price pops off. We did push lower. What I should have done probably though is once price paused here, because look at, I mean, this zone is not completely invalid. We actually took a pause in the market right here. So just something to take note of. You look left, you see, okay, there's a potential demand zone right there, right? We took a pause, but we broke through it. Once we broke through that, what I could have done instead of just exiting down here is I could have just moved my stop above this, because to me, this is now the protected high. And that's probably what I should have done, because now look at, it came down all the way to a demand zone that we should talk about. Because there was something to learn here when it comes to supply and demand and news. Now, I'm not big on the news. I don't trade the news. I wanted to trade this news though, because the ECB rate decision, plus, you know, there's a 5-minute zone, plus the 4-hour zone, literally everything absolutely lined up for this trade at the exact moment that the ECB rate decision came out, and everybody was expecting a rate increase. And that's exactly what it delivered. And so it's funny how price and fundamentals deliver on the market. So this was a trade I wanted. I had it marked up. You know, I had my little zone in here, right? So here we have our high, our low rather, our high. We came down. We had some intermediary structure right here. Thank you, Ment FX, for that terminology. Learning loss from you, brother. Thank you. So we had this break at the immunity high, and we had a little zone down here. Now, historically, I probably would have just placed a buy order in there. I would have just done that. A pending order would have been a tight stop. I don't think it was that much as far as the pips are concerned. Okay, 15 pips, 16 pips. Awesome, with a great potential reward up here because we have a fib up there, and we had that supply zone I was talking about, that larger supply zone. So let's get rid of that RSI, or maybe not. Maybe it doesn't want to go away. Anyways, point is, I wanted to see candles kind of move sideways and then some confirmation. Right, I was looking for confirmation because I'm just trying to be a little more patient with the market, not just put so many pending orders just in zones and, you know, get stopped out or whatever. I'm looking for like lower time frame, like 5-minute confirmations, and then boom, let's get in. I didn't get it. Like literally, price came into our zone down here and just took off. It gave me one 5-minute, bullish pin bar. So maybe that was my, that was my sign and I missed it. But I would love to have seen like a pin bar, a push up, and then one more tiny like move down, and then boom, let's go. Didn't get it. You live, you learn. Like I said, you can't connect your trades together. Like every trade is independent of another. So I could get, upset and hurt and whatever, and then make it affect my trading down the line. Like I could have made it affect this trading, right? Oh man, I lost this trade. I'm now uncertain and insecure about myself or whatever. Or I could just let it go. Look for the next opportunity that was just a few days later, which I took, which was banging. Thanks, Euro. You're my best friend. All right, enough dumb stuff. Where are we at? Let's find us UCAD. I occasionally like UCAD. We're not going to look at UCAD, though. UCAD is like, I love it because sometimes it just delivers like so beautifully. And then other times it just wants to chop you up. Just wants to chop you up like you a good steak. But let's check out UJ. Oh man, I did this in the last video too. Hold on. All right. So actually, one thing I'm curious about with the euro. So let's go back to that real quick, and then we'll go to UJ. Sorry, everyone. Oh wow. Oh wow. See, I'm losing track because I've already done this once, and so I'm losing track, guys. So my apologies. We'll make the next one better, more scripted or something epic. So my thoughts going into this week, that was all this, what we just charted up. So my thoughts going into this week are we hit this demand zone. We have broken structure on the daily and the 4 hour. To me, that's pretty important. So what I'm looking for is actually sells on the euro now, especially with where the dollar is at in confluence with this, as well as, as well as these breaks to structure. So it seems to be working out. We are in this demand zone. We could push up from here, but what I'm looking at going into this week, let me get rid of some of this, get rid of it, delete. I would love to see a push up into this 4 hour supply zone. Now that we've broken structure, yes, we are in this, we'll see, especially with the where the dollar's at. I'm looking for a push up into here for a sell. And we can go for the epic sell all the way down here. If that was me, I would probably, and we get this and it delivers beautifully, I'm looking to take like 50%, 80%, something off right here, right? Whatever your, however you want to manage your trade, 70%. And then I would look to just start trailing my stops down to the 0%. If you get that though, come on, if this trade is that epic and we get this 1 to 20, yeah, who knows? Again, stops just above the demand zone. There is some unmitigated price action above here. So hypothetically, we could get this quote unquote premium price level, but listen, again, like we learned on that 1 hour, right? Once price moved away and we broke structure, I'm not looking there first. I'm looking to this price action right here. This was our last moment before price broke structure. That's what I'm looking to. Could we push beyond that? Sure, we could, but I want to take my chances here first. And if we do push beyond it, all right, well then I'll look for some confirmation higher. But yeah, first things first, would love to see, come on computer, you can do it. I believe in ya. Cool, tight. Yeah, I'm looking for something like that. But listen, again, we don't need to do that. Is there imbalance here? Is there unmitigated price? Absolutely. We have all this unmitigated price right in this zone. We even have some above there, which makes you think, okay, we could possibly, but first things first, let's get rid of that. Now, alternatively, it doesn't have to. There's nothing that guarantees. I know like you see all those wonderful charts on Instagram or YouTube, and price does deliver beautifully sometimes. Look at this, like this right here into this demand zone, boom, beautiful, pushes up. It doesn't have to though, and that's the point. The point is we could move sideways, maybe even push up, and you're thinking, yes, we're gonna get that, and then we could break it. And then what you're gonna look for is, okay, we break below, you're looking for the next supply zone to sell off of. It could be this premium one, or if price decides to pause right here. So if price decides to pause, which it often does right before it breaks that structure, that's going to be your zone. Probably something like that. Maybe there's a fib attached to it, whatever. There's probably something there, right? That's probably where I'm going to look if we get this price action. So don't get married to your position up here. I would love this, absolutely, but I can't be married to it. I've got to follow price wherever price goes. Wherever the money comes in, pushes our price, I want to be right behind it. So, all right, now we can move on from euro. Sorry, everybody. I will say with the not the ECB, right, but with the Wagner rebellion that's going on, it's like the market closed at 2 p.m. on Friday, and then we had this massive rebellion, or I don't even know if it's a massive, it's like a 250-man mercenary group or something like that. Somebody fill me in. I don't know all the news. All I know is things kicked off in Russia like right when market closed. So it'll be interesting to see like what's going to happen with euro. With the Ukrainian war, euro was a sell. Does this change that at all? Or is the market telling us, okay, there's a sell on euro, and then this Wagner thing kicks off and it makes it more bearish for the euro? Again, one of those conspiracy theory, like where what's the macroeconomic stuff and the stuff going on in the world just somehow perfectly lines up with like price action. How does that, like, I really don't understand how that works. And I'm not the only trader out there that notices that. Somehow they always seem to line up. Put on your tinfoil hats, y'all. All right, cool. USD JPY. I'm looking at buys on this. Let's look at the, let's look at this one. Nope, just kidding. Let's look at this one. Reuters reported that Japan's government and the BOJ will act to stop the yen's decline if it depreciates to the 145 per US dollar level, right? So what's interesting to me is that level they talk about. And if we zoom out just a little bit, Where are we at? Cool. Yeah, 145 is right at the start of this supply zone, right? So this looks to be the zone that they're looking to perhaps firm up their monetary policy. So if the Bank of Japan decides to do that, then maybe we'll get sells, but right now it's a buyer's market. We did get this break of structure, so I don't know, I'm a little mixed, I guess. Somebody fill me in that's smarter than me. Like, right, boom, 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 broke this structure right here, and we got to push up into potential supply zone, which is also where the Bank of Japan is looking to potentially switch up their monetary policy to keep it from depreciating anymore, which could have interesting impacts on this pair. Maybe we will find sells on it, but until then, what kind of market am I in? What's my context? We are bullish right now, so I would love to see a push back into this. There is a like a lower time frame or high time. What do you guys call it? What, lower or higher, right? When it comes to like smaller time frames, you tell me. But there is some balance, so I would love to see a pullback into that zone and a push up. It doesn't have to push down all that low though. It could literally just push the top of this demand zone on the 1 hour and then take off. The thing I've noticed about UJ is even with imbalances and things like that, once it goes, it just doesn't look back. It doesn't have a rear view mirror. It doesn't have a side mirror. It doesn't have any mirror. It doesn't want to see what's behind it. It only wants to see what's in front of it, right? So that's what makes this one kind of tricky for me. Some people are amazing at UJ. They just understand it. It's a pair that I'd love to understand because I would love to get in on some JPY pairs. I do trade this one occasionally, but I feel like it's a fluke. Like I got lucky on that one. Yeah, so we'll see. That's kind of what I'm looking at for UJ. Would love to see a pullback to further buys. If we do break this, maybe this is our next stop, and then beyond that, I don't know. Real quick, hopefully this is recording, by the way, because the last one I recorded like a 20-minute video, and it didn't record. It recorded like 5 minutes, and that's it. I don't know. Actually, it was like 3 minutes and 49 seconds, if you want to know precisely. All right, crypto. We're just gonna zoom out to the weekly. I'm not interested in low time frame stuff. Only interested in being a cumulative buyer, if that even makes sense. But this weekend, all eyes are on this 3026.09 level. Yeah, so I had been telling friends, like, I'm bearish on this. Like, here's our supply zone. We got a fib that lines up. It's perfect. We got structure, all the things. But this was starting to look like a flag. And then with the BlackRock ETF stuff coming out, boom, we got that pop. I'm not big on that, not big on BlackRock. Take that for what it is. But we did get these breaks of, oh, that's funny. Here's a previous markup. Yeah, so here's that zone I was looking at previously. And, oh wow, computer, wow. Come on, you could do this. You could do it. Push up in the supply zone, broke back down, touched this little demand zone, right? So we're kind of in this little whatever. So what I think is happening with this BlackRock thing is that we'll get a push up to sweep these highs, right? Because if I was a seller here, which, if I was looking to short the market, this would be a great place to do it. Boom, boom, we're getting breaks of structure. You probably have your stops to break even. Maybe you were trailing it down a little bit. And so what ended up happening is the ETF news came out. It ran stop losses, boom, on these intermediary highs, and then swept the highs above. So who knows what's up there? You probably got stop buys for people that are like, all right, we broke above this level, let's go long. You probably have break even stop losses or other stop losses right above there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Bitcoin when it closes tomorrow. If it can close above, not the wick, I'm looking for closes above the candle bodies. And that's kind of my thing too. Like, some people count the wick. Oh, we broke above the wick. Like, okay, but where did the candle close actually? Like, I don't even want to see this candle close above this. I want to see it close below this in order to confirm that this is probably just a liquidity sweep of some kind, right? And in order to take the market lower. And I've got some things marked out for Bitcoin. I would love to see it come all the way down there, but who knows? The Lord knows, guys. The Lord knows. Literally, God knows where the market's going to go. I do not. I'm just trying to move my computer screen is all. Just trying to get the market to move. You see, it's people with a lot of money. They can make the market move with money. I'm just trying to make the market move with a mouse. But Let's check out our XRP. All right, tight. XRP, right? So if Bitcoin pops, yeah, we're probably going to get something with XRP. We did get a bullish close 4 weeks back with XRP right here. Let me zoom in. Yeah, that did get a bullish close above this high, a candle body close above it. So that made me kind of bullish. I wanted to see a pullback, and if we did push up actually above this one and create another, like a higher high than like we did here, then yeah, I think, you know, 80 cents was on the table, but I don't know. I'm not certain on that. If we do pull back into here, or even into the 30 to 40 cent region, like I think if you're looking to accumulate long term and just sell on the next bull market, you're not going to hate yourself for doing that. That is not financial advice. And then my buddy Rick, let's go Rick. He is loving H-bar, so he got me to buy some. But I told him like, hey, it's kind of looks like it's kind of bottoming out right now. We could pop, we could accumulate, we can come back down, whatever. But check it. 1 second. Come on, computer. You'll notice like my computer's just lagging like crazy. Might need to start doing these on a laptop. This computer's a few years old. But look at, we had these previous highs, right? Market was kind of trending down. Boom, broke above those highs. There is a bit of a supply zone right there. Right, price move, just moved right there. Just moved quickly. We have another supply zone up here. So thought is, here's our demand zone right here. I told Rick, hey, I wouldn't hate buying around 4 cents. I think it's a great spot. Even if it goes to 1 cent, I don't know. I'd be looking to accumulate in this zone for sure. That is not financial advice. But look at, if we can break it has work to do though, nonetheless. Like it's not, I'm not saying it's bullish. I'm just saying it has work to do. We got to break above this 0.073 level. And then even then we got to ultimately break above this supply zone in order to see, you know, at the 20 cent region. So, that's kind of my outlook at H-bar. I like it. Wouldn't hate to accumulate here. I don't think it's terrible. 5 cents is not bad. We definitely have some market structure down here, or some, you know, previous lows, whatever. Like, look at all the way back there. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, look at lots of traffic along there. So there's traffic, dude. All right, y'all. Listen. Hopefully this recorded and I'll post it. And if not, I don't know. I got to figure out on a situation. Maybe I'll do it on my laptop next time. I just love this computer because it has a bigger screen. Big screens are better. Anyways, that's it. So we're looking at Euro. Looking to take that short. We'll see what the Wagner Rebellion is going to do to the Euro and how the market's going to open. I'm not 100% certain on that, but we do know that the DXY is in a great demand zone and has shown some 4-hour bullishness. So I'm looking for that sell. USD JPY, looking for that buy, and then we'll up into the 145 they said, and then we'll see. I don't know. Who knows if we actually get there, but the Bank of Japan said they're going to potentially firm up their monetary policy because they don't really want to keep seeing their currency do that. And then Bitcoin, yeah, all eyes on Bitcoin this weekend, y'all. So if it closes above our level, yeah, could see another bullish pop. Do I think it's a long-term where we're going to 100K? I don't know. Probably not. Probably just to the next supply zone, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's it, y'all. Have a great week. Good luck trading.